Well, hey there, hobby homesteaders. Welcome back to Peaks Peak. My name's Lucas, and we're sharing our hobbies here on 38 acres in eastern Kentucky. And today we are making plans and preparations for a big event that's going to happen here on Peaks Peak. So guys, I'm up here by the pond, but I am actually not even on my own property at this point because I am here getting ready to do some work on this little barn lot right here. Our neighbors have kindly given us permission to hold a big event that's going to take place in their hay storage building and their barn lot here, right next to Peaks Peak, where we can also play some games and do some things on our property as well. And that big event, I kind of dropped a hint in a video the other day when I introduced you to Isaac in the woodyard, because Isaac is going to be my son-in-law in about 2 months. So our big event is we're going to be having a wedding up here in the barn lot. My daughter is going to marry Isaac, and I'm going to get to perform the ceremony. We're going to invite all our friends and family to be a part of that big event, and it's really exciting to me to be able to have it right here at home, to have good neighbors that are going to help us out as well. Just makes me feel good that life has come together that way. I've mentioned before, I have fantastic neighbors, and I really do. I've got great neighbors that are always willing to help out, and that just makes everything better. To tell you a little bit about the project we're going to get into today, the first thing I'm going to do is just mow this barn lot. We're going to get it mowed down, kind of cleaned up just a little bit, and then I'm actually going to till around the edges and plant wildflowers so that hopefully those wildflowers will grow and be nice and pretty for the big event. We've got a little over 2 months beforehand, so we should have enough time for those to grow and take off and do pretty well. I'm not going to really just, go to town tilling it all up to dirt, but just going to kind of loosen up the dirt down the edges and put these wildflowers in and try to give them a good start, water them and all that. I think my daughter's going to be really happy if we can get some flowers growing around the edge of the field before we get set up and ready to have a ceremony here. And the great thing about this is they've got this great barn here that, they store their hay and things in, but it's not going to be full of hay. The better part of it will be open, and we're going to have space to set up tables and have a reception. If something happens and the weather doesn't cooperate for an outside wedding, then we can slide right on inside and have the ceremony right inside. We are just country folks. We like the outdoors and all of the things that come with it. And so we thought, what better way to commemorate a big event like that than to do the things that we love and get out and enjoy nature as well. So it's going to be kind of a non-traditional wedding setting, but I think it will be just beautiful. I'll kind of just give you a little peek of the barn situation we've got here. They've got a great pavilion here, and I'll come in here with my Kubota and I'll scrape the floors and get the manure and everything cleaned out. We'll wash the floors up, and I'd say by wedding time they're going to have some round bales stored in here because they actually just had their pastures baled, and so they got some nice hay bales that they'll probably have stacked along this end down here, but that will work out great for us. Kind of just adds to the setting. I really think it's going to turn out really cool, and we're going to share with you some of that. I'm obviously going to be busy the day of the big event, not only trying to host and get everything going, but also, dealing with the emotions of my daughter getting married and performing the ceremony. It's not going to be an easy day for me, but I do look forward to it, and she's found a great guy that's going to take good care of her, and that's all I ever really wanted anyway. That's wonderful. But I'm going to get to work first mowing this field, and then we'll talk about getting some wildflowers planted and see what we need to do. Now, you might be wondering why I'm not using a bush hog to mow this field. Well, short answer is because I thought I needed my tractor tiller to go around the edges of this field, and I didn't want to have to make separate trips and trade out implements, so I brought the tiller up and I left the mid-mount mower on the tractor and just figured I would go ahead and mow with it. Well, this was a really thick field and it had a lot of grass clippings left when I was done, so I decided to mow and push those clippings toward 2 windrows and then use my loader to push it into piles. And this actually worked out fantastic. I was able to push most of the grass clippings off of the field and put them down in a ditch. Well guys, we're making good progress on the field here, but I had kind of a big hiccup because I ran over some barbed wire and poked a hole in my tire and rolled the tire off the rim. Now, the problem is I didn't just poke 1 hole in the tire, I poked 4 holes in the tire. So we've got some tire plugs in my tires and we'll see how long they hold, but we decided to use the small tiller. Hold on, I want to make sure he's in good shape down here. But we decided to use the small tiller and just do just a short path here for our wildflowers are down the edge. I think that'll work real well, but Isaac's running the tiller now and kind of helping me out. So back her up here just a little bit and then we'll shut it off and clean it out a little. All that grass is getting clogged in there. What you got there, bud?
It's a little mole.
It's a little baby mole. Yeah. Well, why don't you put him back, okay? That's pretty neat, isn't it? Did you show Isaac? All right, so I've got just a little bit more mowing to do, and then we got to get some water and we'll put these flowers down. And I think we'll be off to a good start of getting this thing prepped. Isaac's doing a good job running the tiller down there as a help because I thought I was on my own tonight. Well man guys, I'll tell you, this is really coming together. Now we've got more work to do in a couple months to get it done, but we got our wildflowers planted, we got this field all mowed, and I got a lot of the grass cleaned off of the field just by taking the bucket, pushing it into piles up at the end, and then I pushed it down into a ditch at the bottom of the driveway next to this. So that all actually worked way better than I expected it to. I really figured that there was going to be so much thatch on this field that I was going to have to come up here and probably rake it by hand or something like that. But there's a lot of thatch here and a lot of allergens. But overall, we got her mowed down pretty good. I used the mid-mount mower because I brought my tractor tiller up here too. I didn't put the bush hog on because I was thinking I wanted the tractor tiller. But when I got up here and got to looking at it, I thought, man, I don't want to tear up the field that much, and I don't want to till 5 foot wide down each side. We want to leave minimal impact on this pasture for the whole event. So the neighbors were kind enough to say, yeah, go ahead and plant some wildflowers, but I'm sure they don't want their field tore all to pieces. So one kind of 2 foot wide swath down through here, just loosening up the soil just a little bit so those wildflowers will get in contact with the soil and grow. I think we'll come out all right. Isaac, did you get it all watered?
Yeah, I got it.
Good deal. Man, he saved me a ton of work. I was expecting to have to do all this, so I'm glad he showed up. All right. I'll have to put that tractor tiller back on the back and then we'll load up the other one. Here, let's close out the video. All right, man, well, what do you think? You think Chloe's gonna like this?
Yeah, it's looking good.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be real neat. I hope the flowers come in thick.
Yeah.
those bags said they had 100,000 seeds each in them, and they're supposed to cover 1,000 square feet. So I think we probably did them about twice as thick as what it set called for. So it should work out good.
Yeah, Chloe will be happy as many flowers come up.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video and getting to learn a little bit about what's coming here on Peaks Peak. So appreciate y'all watching. Don't forget to get outside and enjoy God's creation. It's beautiful out here. Y'all have a good day.
Yeah.